biology explorers. I welcome you to our channel where we digest biology concepts. We give you tips on how to excel and maximize scores in your exams. Now, today we are going to look at the structure of biology paper 2. Now, biology, when we talk about biology paper 2, what should come into your mind that this is a practical paper. Mind you, there is also biology paper what? Paper 3. You get? But now, paper 2 and paper 3, they are the same. You get? Now, the difference is that they just change the topics. If they say they have set maybe enzyme activity in paper 2, paper 3 they can bring food test. Yeah, like that. But our major emphasis today are going to look at paper what? Paper 2. Now we are saying that biology paper 2, this is a practical paper for the national lower secondary curriculum biology, and it focuses on two elements of what? Constructs. That is to say, we have what we call element of construct 6 and the element of construct 7. Now, in the element of construct 6, here the learners must appreciate science inquiry skills. When we talk about the science inquiry skills, these are skills which learners must acquire. For example, a learner must be having skills of designing the experiment, that skill of performing the experiment, the skill of investigating the experiment, and the skill of writing a report for that experiment. And all those ones are in element of construct 6. Then we have also element of construct what? 7. Now, in the element of construct 7, here, a learner must appreciate structures and the functions of living organisms. I'll talk about this. Then, let's proceed. We are saying that the paper has 2 examination items. Now, paper 2 and paper 3, they both have 2 examination items. Now, we are saying item 1 is assessed basing on element of construct 6, and it aims at scientific investigation. Therefore, we all agree that item 1 of paper 2 and paper 3, I told you these are the same one papers. The item 1 in both papers focuses on scientific investigation. So when I'm talking about paper 2, have it in mind that I am also talking about paper what? Paper 3. Now, in item 1, we are saying that the learner is required to design. Remember, you are carrying out a scientific investigation. Therefore, you are required to design, perform an investigation, write a report, and make conclusions basing on what you have performed. Now, before I'm going to give you a clue on how you can write your report. But before you go to that, allow me to talk about the topics or the areas they assess here. Now you will see that in this item 1, all the topics they ask in item 1 are taught in senior 2. For example, we are saying food tests. Now, these food tests, these are taught in senior 2. That's one area. Then there's what we call soil experiments. Now, when we talk about soil experiments, we are meaning the one for drainage, the one for water detention, mainly that. Then, when there is also another one which is called osmosis. Still, this one is also a topic in senior 2. And lastly, there is what we are calling enzyme activity. This is what we call enzyme what? Enzyme activity. Now, we are saying, how do we write a report? A scientific report when we are investigating the what? When we have investigated the, or when we are investigating the, actually when we are carrying out an investigation. Now, here in item 1, what we need to focus on is that every scientific investigation has got what we call the aim of that experiment. And for you to score here, you must write the aim of the experiment and you add there a reason. Now, a reason plus the aim, this one works. Actually, a reason works as an ingredient and it earns you more marker. You get? You write the aim of the experiment, you even add the what? The reason. Why are you carrying out that what? Experiment. Then, after writing the aim, you go now to the what? The hypothesis. I told you that hypothesis is like predictions. Hypothesis is like prediction. Then we go for variables. Actually, some students have challenges here with the variables. Others, they say variables are in chemistry and physics. Please write the variables. Biology also has what? Variables. And we talk about variables. These are, we have the independent variable, the dependent variable, and the controlled what? Variable. Please write them and leave the rest of the work for the examiners, either to mark or to leave out. You get? Then from the variables we go for materials or apparatus. And here I question you, when you're writing the materials or apparatus, please write only those ones you have used in the procedures. You get? Write around 4, they are enough. Then after the materials, write your procedures. Then from the procedures, you go for table of results, or what we can call observations. Then we go for analysis of the results. We go for explanation of the results. We go for conclusion. And lastly, we recommend. Now, that is the approach you are going to use. But the good thing, I'm going to drop you an example where we have all that approach. An example of a scientific investigation. Now, let's cross to item 2. Now, when we're talking about item 2, we say that this one is assessed from element of construct 7, where I told you that here we have structures and the functions of living organisms. Now, the topics which we assess here, we have lower plants, we have flowers, we have fruits, and in fruits here we have mangoes, we have tomatoes, we have the avocado, mainly those ones if it comes to fruits. Then we have leaves, we have arthropods. Arthropods are insects, and we all know this one is also taught in senior 1 insect biology, senior 1. Then we have bones and teeth. Now the bones and teeth, this is senior 3. The bones and senior 3 locomotion, and the teeth we have there. Now bones, we have the lumbar, cervical, then and the thoracic. Then the teeth, you have molar, premolar, and we have molar, premolar, incisor, and the canine. Then there are mainly 3 questions. We have 3 questions here. 3 simple questions from this item, and they always follow the order below. So let me show you the order of these questions. Now we are saying the first question, they will always tell you identify these specimens using the observable features. Then 2, they will ask you the suitability of the parts of these specimens for their survival. Then the last question. Now this question, actually takes more marks, around 5 or 6. That is the drawing what? The drawing skill. You cannot sit a biology paper minus not expecting a drawing, which takes around 6 to 5 what? To 5 marks. Now, somebody told me talk about drawings. Now, when you are drawing a biology drawing, people remember a diagram is in the textbook, but what you draw using a pencil, please, it is a drawing. Most of you miss marks here. And remember, when you don't write a title on your drawing, you are penalized. You may end up getting 0 instead of scoring all your what? Your scores. So now, when we are writing, please have this in mind that in biology, actually, when they are testing for the drawing skills, they consider TDL man. TDL what? Man. Now, T stands for the title. You say a well-labeled drawing showing specimen X. Enough. So you should not write the name of the specimen. Eh? That is the title. Then D stands for the drawing. Now, when we are drawing, please draw what you see. Don't draw what you think or what you are or what you can imagine that you are drawing. Please draw what they have given you. Draw what you see. Don't imagine. Then we have L. L stands for labeling. Now, when you are labeling, please use a ruler to draw the label line. Then you have M. M stands for magnification. And this magnification comes immediately on the right hand, immediately after the what? The drawing. Then you have A is for accuracy and N is for neatness. That's why I told you, when you are drawing the label lines, please draw them using a ruler. And they must not cross each other. Then some of the rules for drawing these biology drawings, what you should know is that, one, you should use a sharp pencil, a very sharp pencil. Then 2, you should use thin lines. A line should be thin. Then 3, avoid using a what? A rubber. 4, number 4 can be, actually some of you use saliva. Like I was marking a certain student used the saliva to rub. So you should be very careful on that. So if you want light, there is still time. If you want light, please light a candle.